Hey everyone, it's Grant Winsauer, and we are back here on the Bear Clawcast with Michael Rapolo and a very good friend of mine from college, Charlie. He is as big a Bear fan as me, and that is very, very tough to do. So I envy him for being as big a Bear fan as me. But why don't you introduce yourself, Charlie, real quick before we start talking about everything that we're going to talk about today?
Hi, I'm a freshman. My name is Charlie. My major is RST, and like Grant said, I'm as big a Bears fan as Grant, and I'm looking forward to this 2025 campaign.
Yeah, all right, man. I think we all are. I think we all are. For the first time in a long time, it actually feels like there's the the um the optimistic with this or the optimism with this team will be real for
Yeah,
once.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's get started. And I mean, you got for those of you who are watching, you obviously can tell that we are without our other co-host Jack. He is away at his brother's football games, so we hope that he enjoys that and has a good game. And we wish Jack's our brother, some luck today. Uh, and I hope they win. He plays for Butler, so that we wish him luck. So we are sadly 2 days away from the Bears game. The NFL decided it was a good idea to make Ben Johnson's first game a Monday night game instead of Sunday. So we have to wait until Monday for them to play. Um, which I'm sure all Bears fans are a little upset with because we want to see how this team goes or how this team does sooner rather than later. But I mean, it's a hell of a first matchup. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's Caleb Williams versus JJ McCarthy. Uh, Caleb is in his second system in 2 years. So, I mean, and then on the flip side to that, JJ McCarthy is in his first really starting year because he didn't get a chance to start last year with his ACL injury. But I mean, this is a great first game, and I'm really looking forward to how this first game goes because it's the beginning of the Ben Johnson era, and um, I can't wait to see the matchup between Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell because I mean, really, they're two mad scientists when it comes to play calling. So I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Michael? And then I'll go to Charlie.
Yeah, so like you said, they are both mad scientists. The one thing I don't like about this game is that it is on Monday night. I don't like a primetime game for first
First
time
game,
head coaches. Yeah, I
sure.
don't I don't like that. But I think Ben Johnson is a little different. We also got to talk about how that defense is going to look
Yeah, we'll
with
get to
Dennis
that.
Allen. With Dennis Allen, that's my favorite signing of the offseason. I love that signing. It's going to bring our defense to a whole nother level. I think we match up very, very well against the Vikings. I think, honestly, I can see us winning by a touchdown or two.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great statement. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Charlie?
I think, like you said, it is a great marker for the first game of the season, Michael. And I feel like we're evenly matched. I feel like this is a defense where Caleb can continue to get the ball out quickly, and the run game could shine against this defense as well. I'm looking for quick throws, good reads from Caleb, good decision making, and obviously, and most importantly, good play calling from Ben Johnson. That's going to be the most important piece as the Bears install a new system here in Week 1.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I mean, the thing, my real thing about this game, and why I do actually think that we win much more than last year, especially with this starting off game, is the fact that even though JJ McCarthy was in the league last year, he never played a down of professional football, and I don't think he even played any preseason snaps. Did he play any preseason snaps,
I think
Michael?
he played the first one, the first preseason game.
Well, that's still a very limited amount of
Yeah.
preseason snaps. So how much can you trust essentially a rookie quarterback, even with Kevin O'Connell as your play caller, to, win on such big stage? And also, I mean, so the Vikings will have Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry, I almost said JJ McCarthy as a wide receiver, but Justin Jefferson. But they are without Jordan Addison, who is suspended for 3 games, and he week 17 of last year posted 8 catches, 162 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, that was also against a mediocre defense and mediocre defense play caller. But, you take that big of a stat line out of the equation for Monday, that helps us out a lot, and I'm really, I think that Jalen Johnson is going to play. He's marked as questionable, and we'll get to the injury report for Monday in a little bit later on. But I would imagine that he plays. Now, he might not play, every down since he, is marked as questionable. But if he can play 80%, I'd be happy. Charlie, what are your thoughts on that? And then I'll go to Michael.
I think if Jalen Johnson plays, he can really have a breakout season. He can be one of the best defenders in the league. I'm looking at a Pro Bowl caliber season if he plays his cards right.
Michael, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm just gonna go off of Charlie. Jalen Johnson already is a Pro Bowl type guy. He's already one of the best defenders in the league in my eyes, because he's done it. He stopped the last year, their first game they played the Vikings, when Jefferson was lined up with Jalen Johnson. He had 2 catches for 16 yards.
And weren't both of those catches in overtime or something like that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that that
Yeah,
was the overtime game, right?
Jefferson had nothing on Jalen Johnson. Yes, he did switch the field. He did get more yards on the other side because Jalen Johnson just tends to play the one side. But I think if Jalen Johnson does play, I don't see Jefferson doing much. He's still Justin Jefferson. He's still going to do something.
Yeah.
But then they're going to have to trust like Hawkinson. They're going to have to trust a 35-year-old Adam Thielen. Like, you're going to have to trust those guys that, yeah, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're good, but
they're not
Jefferson.
level.
Yeah, they're not Jefferson.
They're not. Yeah.
And then I also want to say they have the Bears. Vegas has the Bears at plus 1.5. That is nuts. We are favorites to lose this game. I don't understand that.
Charlie, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was going to say, we can take the easy throws away from JJ McCarthy, and then I would love to see Dennis Allen apply some more pressure.
Well, that's his specialty. So I mean, that's gonna be big.
Yeah.
And then so I mean, in terms of what I'm looking for on Monday night from Caleb, I'd love to see 250 to 275 passing yards with 2 to 3 touchdowns, probably leaning more towards 2 just because of the fact that it is his first game in the system, and I think he needs to I think it'll take him a couple weeks to get comfortable, but I don't think that's too much to ask in a first game. In terms of the running game, I'm looking for 70 to 85 yards from DeAndre Swift, and whoever else is in the backfield. Who I actually think that the running back 2 for week 1 is gonna be Kyle Monangai, which I'm all for. The
I
dude
love Kyle Monangai.
The dude looks great. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see him play. But and the thing that's hard for me is I don't know how I can fairly spread out the passing game with all of the dangerous weapons we have, and now a dangerous play caller in Coach Johnson. So I can't predict the passing spread, between DJ, Rome, Omid Zacchaeus, and Cole Kmet, and Colston Loveland. But it's going to be a good game. And, on defense, I'd like to see, 3 sacks and an interception. With JJ McCarthy being, essentially a rookie, he will make mistakes. And I do expect, with JJ being a rookie, in a professional sense, that Dennis Allen will dial up a lot of pressure to make him throw the ball out quickly when he throws the ball. So I mean, what are your guys' thought on that? I'll go to Michael and then I'll go to Charlie.
Yeah, I do want to see a lot of pressure with them. With Caleb, I think 250, 275 is a little bit of a stretch because I have a feeling we're going to start off slow like we always do. I think Caleb is like 220, 200, 220. I do think he's going to get the 2 touchdowns. I just don't want to see an interception. I also don't want him to I want him to throw the ball away. That's his problem.
That is a big problem. I will agree with you there.
Yeah, he's got to throw the ball away, stop taking sacks, because he got sacked like 70 times last year?
68.
Yeah.
68.
Let's be honest, I watched every game. Like half of those were his fault. Yeah, the offensive line sucked, but half of them were his fault. But if he could avoid getting sacked like 4 or 5 times, because the offensive line, I think we're going to be good. We still do have Braxton Jones out there, which sucks, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to give up a sack, Braxton Jones. So I already counted 1 sack there. But that offensive line is brand new. Grant, you know my opinion on him.
Well, I know your opinion, but also you have to understand that Braxton Jones last year was next to third string guys every year.
Yeah.
So, and this year he's next to Joe Tooney, so that will help him.
Yeah, that is true. I want him to prove me wrong. I want him to prove me wrong. But
you just can't see it.
No. But I do see Swift getting in. I see Monangai actually getting in once too.
Yeah, I mean,
I see us scoring 4 touchdowns this game.
I mean, my score prediction, I would love to see a 27-20 win against the Vikings. But Charlie, what are your thoughts on everything that we just mentioned?
I'm gonna go 235 for Caleb. 300 yards would absolutely be the ceiling for Caleb. I think this game, I like the fact, like we were talking about, I like the offensive line. I like that we got Drew Dahlman. I like that Jonah Jackson has played with Ben Johnson before. I like how that fits into the system. And I like that Joe Tooney's in the line too. I feel like if DeAndre Swift could get like 100+ yards, that'd be a good rushing game.
That's hard against the Vikings.
Against the Vikings, that's hard.
They're a huge blitz team.
Well, it all depends on, even if we do blitz, I think our offensive line is in a good enough position to be able to make some plays with either Monungai or Swift out of the backfield, because I feel like there is a way for Dan Rushar to offset Brian Flores, zero blitz package.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just, I think that might be a hard ask, is what I'm saying. But I love your enthusiasm. But so I mean, next we're going to talk about what we're looking forward to with the upcoming season. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how Caleb adjusts to this system. Because when you look at successful quarterbacks, the most important thing is their play caller sticking around. And with Ben Johnson being the head coach / play caller, he's going to be around for a long time. I'm hoping to see Caleb get around 4,000 yards and 32 passing touchdowns. Because when you look at this plethora of weapons that we have in DJ Moore, in Roma Dunze, Olamide Zacchaeus, Luther Burden, and on and on and on, and then Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland, that's a very deep pass catcher unit. I mean, I can't wait to see how that goes with later, in the next coming couple weeks. I don't imagine, all of them playing at all pro level on Monday because it's, their first time in the system, but I can't wait to see them, develop throughout the season. I'm also looking, forward to seeing how this offensive line holds up. Like we said earlier, we did give up 68 sacks. And I'd like to see that go from 68 to about, mid 30s, 36, 38.
Cut it in half. If we can cut it in half.
Something like that,
35 would be good.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Colston Loveland and Luther Burden develop. If I had to give stat predictions for them, I'd say that Loveland, I would want to see around 700 to 800 yards with 4 to 6 touchdowns. With Burden, I am expecting a little less because he probably is wide receiver 4 right now. But I hope that we can see like maybe 650 from him and 5 touchdowns. What about you, Charlie? What are you looking for? What are you looking forward to? And then I'll go to Michael.
Well, it's crazy the depth you said. I'll start with the receiving core. We have so much depth. I'm looking for the receivers to have the ability to be good pass catchers in open space. A lot more big plays of more than 20 yards. I'm looking for an improvement in that category as well. And I feel like with this new Ben Johnson system, passing is going to be a strength of this system. A lot of trick plays, maybe. Ben Johnson bringing his trick play system from Detroit, hook and ladder, this, that, and the other. And I also, final thought for this section, I also think that Ben Johnson as a play caller, because like you said, Grant, he'll be there for a long time. I think Ben Johnson's system and Ben Johnson being there will be good for Caleb's career longevity.
Yeah, I completely agree. What about you, Michael? What are you looking for?
First off, looking for Caleb to throw for over 4,000. We need one of those in the Bears record books.
Yeah, we do.
I do think Caleb does break some Bears records this year. I'm very high on him. Then our receivers, yeah, I think we're gonna have 2,000.
2,000-yard receivers.
Yeah, 2,000 yard receivers and Rome and DJ. I think Loveland actually has a very very good rookie year, like 650, 700 with like honestly I can see him getting in the end zone like 4 to 6 times. Honestly,
That's around where I said, so I can
yeah,
agree with you.
that's a very good tight end rookie season because
Because
most
tight ends do take a while to develop.
yeah.
They do take about a year. So,
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have the freak shows like Brock Bowers and Laporta. Their rookie seasons just go crazy.
but
I
that
don't think
also
that's gonna
comes
happen.
with their play callers.
Yeah,
How did that's
which which it could happen because Laporta did it with Ben Johnson. So
that's true. That's
who
true.
knows?
He did do that.
Yeah, and then Luther probably right around where you said like 600 yards because I think he's gonna take that leap to our third string.
He will eventually,
Yeah,
probably, but
eventually. I think like halfway through the season, but Zacchaeus is going to get a lot of work at the start just because he's more NFL ready.
and honestly, like when I was watching him in the preseason, when they signed him at first, I was like, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, then I saw him, get a couple of touchdown receptions, and I'm like, wow, this guy might be like an underrated signing for us for a year.
Yeah,
And
I mean he was good in Atlanta. That's where he was. He was good in Atlanta. Like
he was good in
he's a
Atlanta. He was good in Washington with
yeah,
Jane Daniels, and I mean, it's funny he goes from the second overall pick to the first overall pick
yeah.
as a quarterback.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think Zacchaeus is going to be very good. He's going to take the top off a bunch of
I
defenses.
I still can't believe that the touchdown that he had against the Bills, that was a great play call.
Yeah, he had the touchdown against the Bills and 2 days before he did that in practice.
Practice that you saw.
Yeah, that I saw live. That was cool. So,
Yeah. I mean, what since you are the one that talks about, the defense mostly, what are you
mm.
looking for from the defensive side of the ball?
So I'm looking for obviously Jalen Johnson and Brisker to be healthy all season. That's what we need.
That's a
It's
big
a
ask for
big
Brick.
ass, but we need that if we want to.
I don't think it's that big of an ask for Johnson, but it's a
No,
big ask for Brisker.
yeah, because I truly think Brisker could be a top safety in this league if he just stays healthy for a full season. He is so good. I'm also looking for a Tyreek Stevenson bounce back year.
You are?
Yeah, I really am. I really am. I think he needs the confidence boost back so we can have that like second corner because he's gonna be the outside guy because Kyler will be our slot guy.
Yeah, slot.
And then I also think Kyler Gordon might have 4 to 5 sacks in that
I can
Dennis
agree with
Allen
you there. I can agree
defense.
with you there. I think that he'll send some corner blitzes, and the slot corner is always the one that is on that blitz.
Yeah,
Um,
and then I also am in for a big season on Sweat. I think we need a Montez Sweat big season
I can
this year if
agree
we
there.
want to be if
I
we
can
want to
also
be
agree.
competitive. If we want to be competitive, he's got to get at least 10, 12 plus sacks. I think
Bold.
it is
Wow,
bold, but
that
no,
is
but
bold
I'm
take.
I'm not saying he's gonna get that. I'm gonna say we need that. We need
So
something
okay,
like that.
so before I ask Charlie what he wants to see on defense, I want to ask you a question. I want to
Yeah.
ask you a question, Michael, real quick, and then I'll ask you, Charlie, what you're looking for on defense. So you said you want to see a healthy season from Jaquan Brisker. Do you think that it is in his best interest to wear a guardian cap to supposedly help with his concussions? Because I don't know how much they actually help with those, but apparently the league says that they do. So do you think that it might be in Jaquan Brisker's best interest to wear a guardian cap on his helmet?
Honestly, yes. Yeah. Because if he can stay on the field longer, that's all we need. And if that's what gives him protection a little more, then yeah, he should wear it.
I mean, it is only about 10% more protection, but hey, 10% is still 10%.
Hey man, have you ever seen how hard these NFL players hit? 10% is a lot.
That's a
So
good point. Charlie, what are you looking for on defense?
So basically, over the year, we play a lot of good offenses. And I'm looking for the defense to have a breakout season, not just a breakout game. We play good lines like the Vikings and we play the Ravens later in the season. Obviously, I would like to hit the Steelers quarterback a couple times and Aaron
We
Rodgers.
can all agree on that. We can all agree on
I
that.
hope we snap him in half.
And love to see him go to the turf. I think with all the weapons, Michael was saying, all the weapons sweat. Shamar Turner is going to get in there. Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon. Like, we have all these weapons, and Dennis Allen is going to be the glue that holds the defense together. I think we're going to be the kryptonite for most other offenses because
Yeah.
we're going to be that stifling.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point. So for me, I wanted my guys to give their 2 cents on it first. So I'm gonna go last here on what I'm hoping from the defense. I mean, I can agree with everything that they're saying, but like I'm also hoping to see something from the guy opposite of Montez Sweat because I'm not
Yes.
necessarily saying that. So for me, that was the question mark of the signings that we made over free agency because he had 8 sacks 2 years ago and then goes from 8 sacks to 3 sacks this past season and then was utter silent in training camp in preseason. So Dennis Allen, my question to you is what are you going to do to silence the critics on the Deo Adingbo signing? Because Montez Sweat needs a true tag team partner. He can't just be that, he can't just be the one edge that we have. I mean, in my personal opinion, when Ben Johnson was hired, it was announced right when he was hired that his leading candidate to be his defensive coordinator was Dennis Allen. And I thought that since Dennis Allen came from the Saints, that Chase Young was a free agent at the end of last year, and I thought that Dennis Allen would want to bring in Montez Sweat or Chase Young since he coached him, and I just want you to show me that we're not going to rely on one single pass rusher. So, can you show me that? That's my hope. I mean, I'd love to see probably a 8 to 10 interception season from Jalen Johnson. I'd like to see.
That's a big ask.
Oh, come on,
That's a huge 8 interceptions, dog. That's a lot.
You think that's a lot when you're asking Jaquan Brisker to stay healthy for a whole season?
I feel like that's not as big as an ask as 8 to 10 interceptions. That's a lot, dude.
Fine. What's a reasonable ask then?
Like 5 to 6. That's more reasonable.
I was going to say 5.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I love the enthusiasm. 8 to 10 would be insane. That's defensive player of the year right there.
Well,
If he gets that.
and now that I'm saying it, I probably
if one player gets 8 to 10,
Yeah.
agreed.
Well, I mean, didn't Richard Sherman do that once or something?
He might have. But
You're saying we're going to have a player that's going to be a Richard Sherman? Just saying.
Well, I don't know. I want that.
yeah,
but
no.
We all do.
Having that one is great. I would love that.
But
Agreed.
but I guess it is. So, all right, I'll say 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Just for a more reasonable expectation. But if he gets more than that, I'm gonna come back to my statement and make him and I'll up it to 8.
Yeah.
But for our final topic, the injury report did come out for Monday night, and so TJ Edwards is listed as doubtful. Josh Blackwell is listed as questionable. So is Jalen Johnson, but he was limited every day, so I would imagine him playing in some capacity. I wouldn't imagine him playing all game, but I would imagine him being out there for 70% of the plays. And then Roshan Johnson is questionable. He practiced in a limited capacity today. I don't know how much he gets involved in Monday night's game because of the fact that he is only on one limited practice. But Devin Duvernay, Kyle Monangai, and Dominique Robinson are all off the injury report and are full go for Monday night. So, what do you guys think about this injury report? And what does 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 anything? Do you have any question marks with the players that were missing?
I'll go first. I I do think Jalen Johnson being questionable is a big loss, and TJ Edwards being doubtful. But one thing I wanted to say about Monangai earlier in the show was that now that he's off the injury report, he's a beast when he's healthy. I mean, I went to the Bears-Dolphins game and got to see Monangai in person. I think he's going to be really, really good for us. He's a very good power runner out of Rutgers.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. When I saw when we drafted him, I saw you know a spinning image of Isaiah Pacheco from Kansas City.
Yeah.
And it helps that that Isaiah Pacheco's running backs coach when he was drafted was Eric Bieniemy, and
we have Eric Bieniemy.
And now we have him. So, Michael, what are your thoughts on this injury report? And then I think we're gonna head out of here because I don't have anything else to talk about unless you guys have anything else.
Yeah, the TJ Edwards being doubtful kind of sucks, but we
Sure.
are the Bears. We do have good linebackers. We just have a good linebacker system for forever. So it's all right. But the Jalen Johnson one's it's scary because he is one of the best corners in the game, and we kind of do need him out there the whole game to cover Jefferson. But
Mhm.
and then Roshan being questionable, he's probably not going to play all that much. He might get a couple snaps, but I think it's going to be a big Swift game just because Monangai is also he was also limited, but he is off the injury report, which is good. But yeah, I think it's just going to be a big Swift game, and we need Jalen Johnson out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be it'll be interesting to see what happens with the injuries that we have, and if if Jalen Johnson doesn't play, which I don't imagine him not playing. I imagine him playing, but if by some miraculous detail he has a setback tomorrow or something, and he's out for the game, I would change my my score predictions to maybe 20-24 or something like that. But I think if we're missing Jalen Johnson, the score might be a little closer. But I still imagine we win because of the fact that JJ McCarthy is so raw in the NFL. So
I like that word you used, raw. He doesn't have the experience yet as an NFL quarterback. I'm not going to say he's not going to get there because he will, but I think it'll take time, and I think that'll give the Bears one edge out of the many points of emphasis we've emphasized today. That'll give Caleb that year of experience will give him a leg up come Monday.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree on that.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be all for today. We will be back probably on Tuesday would be my guess. Tuesday or Wednesday, because with the game being on Monday, I might not be able to get to the script till Tuesday. So Tuesday night or Wednesday would be my target date for the reaction to the game, and hopefully we win. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you all next time.
Bear down.